This is video 2 of the Fast Track Cash series. Step 2, this is where you're going to write 2 product reviews. In this extremely important step, I'm going to show you step by step how you can go about creating 2 product reviews, because you're going to need these reviews to create the Web 2.0 properties, to create the videos, and to create all the other methods that we're going to be talking about later on in this series to promote the product that you are promoting. Now, for example, I'm on the opt-in profit sales page here, and this is just an example. You would want to go to the sales page of the Fast Track Cash page, for example, since that's going to be the product you might want to start with promoting. So go to the sales letter of the product you're going to be promoting, and that's where a great spot to start. Another great spot to start, again, is with the affiliate tools, and if you had them downloaded, that's an excellent spot to go. So one thing I like to do, and I'm doing this, is what you can do is quickly open up the affiliate tools. Sometimes they'll give email advertisements. So, for example, what you're going to find here is, basically just some details as far as, what the product is about, just a little bit. I mean, it's a very little amount of information is provided in here, but you can still glean from this, take from this, some information that you're going to be able to use to create a good solid review. You want a review that's about 300, anywhere from around 300 to, to let's say 250 to 350 words, so nothing major, nothing serious. And to do this review, I recommend that you open up just a notepad file. So I've got another notepad file open. It's got my affiliate link in it, which that's not a problem at all. So right here though, you want to start off with the title of your product that you're promoting. So let's just say opt-in profits review, or you could call it, the name of the creator, Yuen Chia, opt-in profits review. In your example, it might be like this: Fast Track Cash, something like that, for the product you're promoting. So that's really what you're going to do when you're promoting. You start with the title. Now you can obviously change that title later, but what you want to do is you want to be pulling information together. So what I recommend you do is that you open up these different email files. Now that's only if you get them in your affiliate tools, which you will have some with Fast Track Cash. So you're going to be able to access some excellent affiliate tools. What you want to be doing here is you actually just want to be copying and pasting some data from these emails. These are emails for affiliates to use, so they're not going to get upset if they end up seeing these being used in this manner, because it helps them promote their product. That's why the affiliate or the product creator actually gave these tools to you. So now obviously you're going to want to reword some of this stuff, but let's just just to get the idea here, I'm just pulling down a couple of the email advertisements. So this step, I'm just showing you step by step what you would go through to make this work. Notice this one has slightly a little more information. Okay, this one talks a little bit more about the product. Now some of the stuff may be duplicate, but that's okay. And then come on over here and paste that in there. Now this step actually takes a little bit more time, but this is where you go through the actual sales page. The sales page is excellent because it contains a lot of information for the product that you're going to be promoting. So inside the sales page, you're going to see different things that you can actually go through. So you're going to see just several different things that you can be going through as far as with this list, or with this course here. So what you're going to do is go through, look for some of the main points about this course. So so maybe you could take some topics here. So for example, you could grab that headline and actually expand on that a little bit, So I just grabbed that headline. Most people teaching this building have no earthly clue what they're doing. I could do the same thing. Let's see. Okay, so basically here's another sentence, that I find that's valuable. So basically what I'm going to be doing here is just going through and pulling together information, sentences, headlines, subheadlines that I like that actually kind of really sum up what the product's about, because you're going to go back and formulate one solid article out of this information, and then you're going to rewrite that article on your own and actually create two separate product reviews, two separate completely unique reviews. This step will probably take the most time of any of the steps in the Fast Track Cache system. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video, work on formulating an article, and then when I redo the video, when I reopen the video after it's been paused, I'm going to actually show you kind of what I've come up with as far as research goes. So I'm going to continue research and then show you what I've come up with. Okay, so during this time, I was actually able to compile quite a bit more research information from the sales page. Now I'll show you where I got most of my research was actually in the bullet point section. And this is where you'll find with most of the products you're going to promote the bullet points, where they really spell out what's in the course, what kind of things they're going to uncover, basically those kind of details. So this would be like the bullet points. That's where you really want to focus in on copying and pasting, because that's going to contain the gold nuggets you're going to need to really create these nice, simple review articles. Now, obviously, there's way more than 350 some words here. Now, because what's great here is now you've got enough content to easily create two articles with that, and these are articles that you're going to be able to, just basically create very fast, very efficiently using this information that was just gathered. So what I'm going to do here now is kind of start formulating this article into more easy to use bite-sized chunks. You just want to, take this basic information and then start, compiling it into sections that are going to make sense to you, that actually are going to flow. Now again, you need these reviews. This may seem like a step that's not necessary, but it is very necessary because you need this content to be able to promote the products that you have to offer. So I'm going to pause the video and work on compiling some of this information. Then I'll show you a little bit about how I did that, just in case you might be wondering how that worked. Okay, I've now been able to put together an article that's about 250 words. Right here's my article. Down here is the research information from things like the bullet points and other information I was able to gather direct from the sales page. So again, using the sales page is so important because it's very, very easy to create stuff. Like for example, if I wanted to add this sentence that came from the sales page right here, so I have this close here, really need to consider this. I could say, on top of everything mentioned above, you will also find this course shows you, and then you also learn how to find the perfect niches for profitable list building by spying on 4 of the web's top selling websites. So basically, what I did here is all I did was quickly take a bullet point and I was able to add it right into my swipe copy. And this is copy that was already used on the sales page, but it's copy that you can actually quickly use efficiently for your own promotional purposes for promoting this person's product, of course. Obviously, you don't want to be selling other people's items this way, but if you're selling, for example, you'd be on the Fast Track sales page right now going through these steps. So that's really how you create this content, and then you can go back, like right here, I've got so many bullet points here that I still need to use that I can actually create an entirely new article. So by the end of this, you should have 2 articles written of between 250 and 350 words of content. These should be articles that you pull content from the sales page and content from the swipe emails that you've been given. This will really help you quickly write this, is because you're just simply copying and pasting and then rearranging content, adding in a few points here to kind of make it flow together and work together. But that's really the key here. You want to come up with 2 of these. You need to have 2 articles. Let me just write that here. You want 2 product reviews, and that's, again, you would use the sales page and then affiliate emails to do this. So you notice how fast that was. Really, it literally only took me a few minutes because I was just copying and pasting information that I had gathered from the sales letter and from the emails, and so within just a few minutes I was able to compile these details. So what we're going to do here is go on to the next video, and again, you want to have 2 product reviews because in the next video we're going to start the promotional process.